Well, Rocky Mountain High on a Thursday evening from Greeley, Colorado, and Jackson Stadium. It is Northern Colorado Hailstorm playing host to Chattanooga Red Wolves. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. Some USL League One action on a Thursday. We are looking forward to this one tonight. The second matchup of the year between these two sides, and both teams looking for a bit of consistency. We'll get into that in just a moment. But first, looking at the USL League One standings, Northern Colorado with a few games in hand, trying to move 1 point below the playoff line if they can get the full 3 points tonight. As for Chattanooga, they can get out of that logjam at 17 points if they are able to get a result tonight. But looking at Northern Colorado, they have been up and down so far this season. They were coming off their biggest ever league win against Central Valley Fuego, then a bit of a letdown on the road against Greenville. But they have not won consecutive league games this season. They are looking for some of that consistency. And Coach Eamon Zayed said it's so important to focus on what his team is doing in a league with such good parity. He did mention he has seen some good progression in year number one for the expansion side. And of course, Urban Para has been banging in the goals for this Hailstorm side in 2022. On the other side for Chattanooga, they've also been up and down, although 4 points better coming into today. They've been able to spread the scoring around with 10 different goal scorers, but also a team searching for that consistency. A team who has lost 3 straight, then they turned that into a 2-game winning streak. That included a 7-goal outburst, but then they dropped a home game to last place Tucson. Coach Jimmy Obleda didn't necessarily point to anything tactically. Rather, he mentioned that when his team has the right mindset, that's when they have been successful. So both teams tonight come into this game trying to get back on the right track. They do have a good goal scorer, though, on both sides with Para and Galindrez. So we are building up to first kick tonight from Greeley, Colorado and Jackson Stadium. It's Northern Colorado Hailstorm and Chattanooga Red Wolves for the second time this season. Lineups in first kick coming right up.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
It's all Colorado Springs tonight.
Already a goal in this one. Cross it.
Oh! Floated back the other way. And what a save! San Diego!
They drew the penalty from long range. Guido fires away! What a shot!
Building up to first kick tonight, Jackson Stadium, a sunny evening in Greeley, Colorado. Northern Colorado and Chattanooga set to go at it. These two teams have already met up once this season, and it was in Chattanooga, and it was a big win for Chattanooga on the night. The scoring got started there from Northern Colorado. They thought they were off to a great start. They were. Stepan Lukic in the 8th minute, and then it was David Teixeira who got the scoring started for Chattanooga. They would go on to score 4 times. Benson and Carrero would be the other 2 goal scorers. This was about 2 months ago now. as we are about to enter July, and we'll take a look at Coach Ayman Zayed's starting 11 tonight for Northern Colorado. He said it's a full selection of players, or just about full selection of players tonight, and we focus on Irvin Parra, 6 goals so far this season, as he will look to lead the line tonight. It will also be a back 3 with Evans, Cornwall, and Folla. On the other side for Chattanooga, Jimmy Obleda, no changes from that 2-1 loss against Tucson. He's rolling out the same 11, and we'll put the focus on Juan Galindrez, another player tied for second across the league with 6 goals, also leads this Chattanooga Red Wolves attack. So we are just about set to go. Glad you can be with us. The lone game across USL League One or the championship tonight. And this should be a fun one. These two teams have a little bit of familiarity with each other. 77 degrees, a little bit of breeze, and 41% humidity. That sounds very lovely for some football tonight. Our referee in the middle, Samantha Martinez, will have the whistle. The last match here at Jackson Stadium in Greeley, Colorado, before they move on to Colorado State. They're pretty much nomads across Northern Colorado at the moment, but will eventually settle down in Windsor, where they have started to train. Northern Colorado. Seaman singing, and former Red Wolf Marky Hernandez changing a handshake there at the beginning. Josue Espana stands over the ball. There's the whistle, and away we go. Thursday night action in USL League One. Thanks so much for being with us. Well, both these teams, as we mentioned, just looking to find some sort of consistency. I think you could say that about a lot of teams across the league. But Chattanooga, they've been able to raise their game when they've been up against playoff teams. They haven't necessarily played their sort of game when they've been playing teams below the playoff line. That's where Northern Colorado comes in tonight. But in talking with Jimmy Obleda, he said it's all about a mentality. If the mentality is right, things fall into place. If not, we struggle. It all starts with that mindset for this Chattanooga Red Wolves team, and I guess we'll see whether they have the right mindset coming into play tonight. Going back to last week, it was a crazy week across the league with 40 goals scored, and might we get a couple more here tonight right off the bat. The cross comes in, looking for Ammon there. The top of the 6-yard box, Carlos Aviles barking out to his defense. Marky Hernandez, though, likes that start for Northern Colorado. Another look at it here. Good work getting down that far side. That's Dunes putting the cross in. Just too far out in front, but a positive beginning for the Hailstorm tonight. On the other side for Northern Colorado, talking with Ayman Zayed, says it's always a tough game going up against Greenville. Thought his team created enough to score more than just the once. His team showed character to come from behind, and they're starting this one off very well. The overlap, Robles, this one's cut out. Benton coming over defensively, puts this out for a throw-in. Benton, who of course last year played with North Texas Soccer Club, played this Chattanooga side in the playoffs. If you can't beat them, join them. That's what Benton did. As Dunes into the corner. This is taken away by Ray Ortiz. Benton puts it out of play. It'll be another throw-in here for Northern Colorado. As many coaches across the league will say, and as Ayman Zayed did point out, you just have to be clinical with chances when you get them, especially against a good outfit in Greenville, who currently sets the pace across USL League One. Had 12 total shots in that game and just couldn't find the score sheet more than once, and I don't think he was very pleased about the penalty they conceded in that game either. This is played down the line. Ray Ortiz latches onto this. Tries to cut it back, may have lost his footing. There's Breck Evans. He can turn it upfield. Very transitional start to this game in the opening 3 minutes. Something else that Ayman Zayed, pointed out. Northern Colorado, of course, familiar with the conditions, how the field will play, and where they are about 5,000 feet above sea level. Chattanooga, their first time here, and may take some getting used to around minute 70, and no changes into the lineup either tonight for Chattanooga, so something to definitely keep an eye on, and whether Jimmy Obleda dips into his bench at all tonight. He'll fall up. Another former Chattanooga Red Wolf. A lot of experience. There's Rob Cornwall, of course, the captain, back in the lineup. Eamon Zayeb said he missed out against Greenville over the weekend as he picked up food poisoning, so wasn't fit to play, but full participant in training this week. Long ball forward. Hernandez keeps it in play, gets it right back from Rogers. Hernandez looks infield, gets to the end line. Trying to go with the outside of his left foot, and it's out for a goal kick. Hernandez, of course, spending last year with Chattanooga. 5 goals. Also a good assister for this, or for that Chattanooga team a year ago. And so far this year, a goal and 3 assists. And there's that long ball again. Something that Jimmy Obleda did point out might be a tactic tonight on this playing surface. Northern Colorado knows it all too well at this point. Destoons trying to turn back. All the way back to Carlos Aviles. Of course, Aviles and Breck Evans going head-to-head tonight. The 2019 champions with North Texas. Played over the top again. Destoons will keep this in play right at the edge of the area. The cross deflected. Ammon was there. A free header. He'll want that one back. But this has been a very positive start for Northern Colorado. Ammon, who of course, one of his 2 goals coming a few weeks back, and now here's Destoons. He got his body squared back towards goal. Barty gets this back in. Espana. He was pulled down, but play continues on. Para. Barty's hitting the surface all over the place as Galindres picks it up. It's being played on with the advantage. Hernandez. And now it's Menzingen playing it out wide. Ray Ortiz looks infield. Ortiz going right at Rogers to the top of the area. Espana saved! Full stretch from Thomas Olsen. Through some traffic as well. First shot of the game for Chattanooga, and that was nearly the opening goal. Good ball movement here from the Red Wolves. Ortiz, good vision to play that back to the top of the area. One touch and hit, and Olsen was equal to it. Could that be a save of the week candidate already here tonight in the opening 8 minutes? The game's first corner kick now coming for Chattanooga. Ray Ortiz will stand over it. This one lofted in. Para was up to head that away. Still a chance for Chattanooga to put this right back in. And the clearance. Shot well out of play by Jose Carrera. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL League One. Choose what you play with at selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Two of the three second-place goal scorers across the league going head-to-head tonight with Parra and Galindrez. Laughlin leading the charge so far. Tresor and Buyu also part of that three-way tie at 6 goals. Of course, it's Juan Galindrez coming off an 11-goal year last year. There's a look at Ayman Zayed, of course, spending a couple years with the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Actually played for 2 teams that currently play in USL League One. His time with Charlotte Independence as well. The whistle in the middle. Won't get him on the referee's good side here early on. Josue Espana trying to play that quick. Norte standing over it, needing to take it a few yards farther back. And Galindrez still standing in front. There's Rogers, now Hernandez. Lofted over the top, appeal for offside. Runs through anyway for Carlos Aviles. This Chattanooga attack has been so dangerous this year. Tied for the most goals in the league with Richmond at 23. And also same amount of goals per game average at just under 2 goals a game, 1.8. This team does feature the best conversion rate with chances that we already saw for Chattanooga. They can be very clinical, and as we mentioned in the open, 10 different goal scorers. They can really spread it around, and they can't necessarily, Northern Colorado, key in on one key player, although Juan Galindrez might be a good place to start. Lofted through the middle, almost ran through for Parra. It was Kapazuki there to head it away. Chilean center back. Did spend some time at outside back last year as well, but slotting into that center back position with Devin Benton moving out to right back tonight. Jimmy Obleda always bringing energy. Asking him about this Northern Colorado side, he said, you just have to focus on yourselves. You need a performance consistent with what we do right. A throw into Destoons, trying to cut it in field. Hammond. Got a deflection on that. Now it turns upfield. Player goes down behind the play. Galindrez up over the top. Long run for Rafa Mensingen. Mensingen, kick save there from Olsen. Pushing this out of harm's way. Chattanooga's got it in wide positions. They have had success. Really nice switch of play from Juan Galindrez. Connecting with Mensingen. Now quickly off the restart, it'll be another corner coming for the Red Wolves. Be an in-swinger from this near side. Curled in towards the near post. Galindrez got his head to it. There's too much on it as this bounces out of play. Fall up. Norty under some pressure, and he was fouled. Now it's so windy. Some of the boards on the far side going down. Here's Rogers. Cornwall moves it around. Here's Fall up. Rogers long over the top. Ammon will get there. Early ball across. Too much on it. Looking for Des Dunes. That ball did go out of play. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for Northern Colorado. Foul on the far side. Para goes down. It's a free kick to Northern Colorado. This in a pretty good position to maybe lift one into the area. Such a prolific goal scorer, Irvin Para. He's picked up right where he left off in the last few years here in USL League One. Scored 13 goals with Charlotte Independence just a year ago. It's Arthur Rogers who will stand over this. He's dangerous on set pieces last year as well with Hartford Athletic. As this one's curled in towards goal, forces a save out of Aviles. Player remains down as Aviles distributes quick over the top. Rogers, though, is there to cover it as this will roll out of play. Maybe a chance now for Chattanooga to apply a bit of pressure as Breck Evans will get this back in. Through 16 minutes. Nothing to split these two sides. Few chances, though, either way. Chattanooga maybe with the best opportunity so far, forcing a big save out of Thomas Olsen. Dunes, Rogers. Failed clearance there. Ammon now for Norte Norty. Norty trying to slide it back through for Para. Took a deflection, and now it's turned back over. Heavy challenge there. Played always active in his technical area. Northern Colorado comes into this game tonight here at Jackson Stadium unbeaten at home, 1 win and 2 draws. The only team that is unbeaten at home across USL League One. Of course, they'll be moving venues after this one tonight to Colorado State University Draw a straight line pretty much between Greeley. This will be the game's first yellow card. Goes to Benson. Another look at it here. A little bit too much there on Marky Hernandez. That's his name taken. As I was saying, if you draw a straight line from Greeley to Fort Collins, right in the middle, you'll find Windsor, which is where they eventually will end up once their beautiful new venue at Future Legends Complex is complete. This is flicked along, Irvin Parra. This has to be dealt with. Kapazuki gets it away. Norty on the turn. Here's Cornwall. Rogers. Touched along, quick passing here. Oh, beautiful touch. Robles scores! That is lovely from Northern Colorado. Silky buildup and a punishing finish. Northern Colorado strikes first. Danny Robles took that all for himself, but he can thank his teammates for some silky buildup on the goal. "20 minutes gone and the Hailstorm are out in front." Another look at it here. That quick passing. Parra lays it off. Robles finishes with aplomb. Irvin Parra, if he gets credit for it, it'll be his second assist. Danny Robles, his second goal. Spending the last 4 seasons with Tacoma Defiance. Joined the Seattle Sounders Academy in 2015. And now finding himself here with his first spot in USL League One and his second goal of the year. And just like the reverse fixture back in Chattanooga about a couple months ago, it's Chattanooga who trail. Hailstorm able to get that first goal once again. There haven't been many chances in this game, really, for either side. Robles really able to make that one pay off. Scoring that first goal, you maybe expect a little bit of a better record for Northern Colorado. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. Here comes Chattanooga. Menzingen. Back to the top of the area. The cross lifted in. Too close to Olsen. We're in Lombardi. Chattanooga, you look at that record, 3 wins, that leads the league when they concede that first goal. Of course, one of those 3 coming against Northern Colorado. Lofted forward. Villalobos. You can see the strategy tonight from Chattanooga, getting in those wide positions, trying to play those balls up over the top. Here comes Marky Hernandez. And it's interesting that, we'll get to it in a moment, it's Irvin Parra first. Trying to roll it back for Marky Hernandez. It will be a whistle and a foul. Jimmy Obleda did mention maybe playing the long ball could be part of the strategy. But when you look at what Northern Colorado just did, everything was on the surface in the build up to that goal. Barty fouled again, quickly puts it back in play. Another collision in the middle. Who's getting a yellow card here? Couple of players down. It does look like, though, Irvin Parra might be having his name taken. Carrera gets back to his feet. Another look at it here. It's an interesting one. Both players going for the ball. Still down. The yellow card to Irvin Parra. Parra just wanting an explanation, I think. Look at this again. Not sure what Irvin Parra does wrong there, to be fair. It does look like Carrera was the one that left his feet. So Parra will have to be careful. He's now on a yellow card. He still wants an explanation from the fourth official. Doesn't look like he will get it. Here's Lombardi for Chattanooga. Menzingen cuts it back. Menzingen dispossessed, and so is Arthur Rogers, has his pocket picked. Norte Norti coming over to put that out of play. And already a conversation between Samantha Martinez, nice referee, and Ayman Zayed. Showed it at in our open. Ayman Zayed went up to the officials after the Greenville game over the weekend, was given a yellow card there. So I guess yellow cards or yellow card accumulation could also apply to coaches as the season moves along. Have to check the rule book on that one. In the meantime, it's another corner kick for Chattanooga as they look for an equalizer. This one floated in towards the top of the area, taken on the volley and cleared away. Here comes Northern Colorado. Robles, still Robles, trying to get away from España. And the referee was trying to play advantage, wanted to see how that would play out. And it will be a yellow card to Josue España. The yellow card's starting to build up now. 2 for Chattanooga, 1 for Northern Colorado. We aren't even at the half-hour mark. Good build up here. Rogers the cross. Never went through there for Parra. Hobbled on the far side there by Evans, but he retrieves and will restart. Cornwall long over the top. Benton got a touch on it. Hernandez lost his footing. Looks like him and Destoons have switched flanks since the start. Another long switch of play, and that way too close to Thomas Olsen. Here's Carrera, start the attack. Ray Ortiz being chased by two Northern Colorado defenders. Taken off the ball, it's out for a goal kick. Two of the highest scoring teams in the championship square off when Colorado Springs Switchbacks welcome San Diego Loyal for 4th of July fireworks. Don't miss the action Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Staying in the state of Colorado for that one. That'll be a great Western Conference showdown. San Diego coming off a big win last night. Also, it was quite the match. Here's Destoons cutting it back, early chance, and Ammon just got too much under that one and basically chipped it towards goal. Again, the buildup has been very good from Northern Colorado. Para, nifty little back heel, Destoons, and Ammon just didn't get it right. Ammon, one of those local players from Westminster, Colorado. A little bit of pressure, wins it back. Here's Destoons. The cross comes in, the header is down and wide. Ammon again. It's at least his third chance of the match. He decided to take his anger out on the end board there. His first chance in USL League One coming with this Northern Colorado side. Last club with the Denton Diablos in the NPSL. You might see them in the Open Cup every now and then. Also 2018, some time with Detroit City when they were also in that same league. Ammon was in an offside position. It's Robles' goal about 10 minutes ago. That's the difference. Irvin Para has been a big part of this team. There's another foul here, and Samantha Martinez might want a word. Irvin Para, 6 goals so far this season, now adds a second assist as we look at the foul again. He's now contributed to goals in his last 3 games in the league. 2 goals, 2 assists over that span. We asked Naaman Zayed about Para as he's fouled there again. Basically just said he wanted to be in a place where he's wanted, and he's on the field so much that sometimes Evans has to basically drag him off the training pitch. Trying to protect him from racking up those minutes and saving those legs for a long season, especially here at altitude. He has been the go-to man in terms of goals for Northern Colorado, and might they try to pick him out here on a set piece? Arthur Rogers stands over it. Rogers, this cup stays in play and it's put in! Breck Evans, all the way at the end line, scores from an impossible angle. Off the set piece, Evans took that perfectly. And it is a great start here at home for Northern Colorado. Another look at it here. It looked like he was starting to run out of room towards that end line, but Rogers, a perfect ball in. He was basically a free runner, went with his instep and beats his former teammate Carlos Aviles. And what about that for Breck Evans? It's his first professional goal since turning pro in 2019 with North Texas, spending 2020 with North Texas and Austin Bolds. And then last year with Memphis, but had never gotten on the score sheet until now. Couldn't have asked for a better start if you're Northern Colorado, but Chattanooga, remember we talked with Jimmy O'Blade and he said the mindset has to be right for his team when they have success, and I guess you can maybe decipher that they're just missing a little something tonight. It's interesting, Evans did point out that set pieces would be a big talking point in this game tonight. He was maybe talking about more defensively and defending those set pieces, but about scoring on one as well. Arthur Rogers, his second assist of the season for the Englishman. This is flicked clear. Stood over most set pieces for Hartford Athletic over the last couple years there. 25-year-old from London. Lofted forward and is skipping out of play. There's a giveaway. It's Para driving upfield. Now we'll throw the brakes on. Surveys and finds Norte Norty. Norty moves it out wide. Destunes cuts it back. He goes down. And play goes on. Referee says he just lost his footing. Rogers gets stuck into a challenge. He stays down. Now it's Robles and just off the mark. The referee will stop play here with an injured player. It is Arthur Rogers. Rogers back on his feet. Let's look at that build up again. Was there any contact here with Destunes, or did he go down on his own? It does look like he needs to replace his divot there. locking arms over there. Hernandez and Benton, who's already on a yellow card. Their fight for this loose ball. It's Lombardi who comes away with it, and he'll start the break. Down the line for Ortiz. Ray Ortiz cuts it back. Now tries to accelerate. Arthur Rogers stepped in defensively. Here's Carrera, looking for options. Well, the blue shirt's behind the ball. Lombardi lofting this forward. It runs all the way through for Thomas Olsen. Experienced keeper. He's played in Finland, but might know him from his time with Las Vegas Lights, before that with FC Tucson. Rogers, Norte. Destunes. Norte will take the shot on. Had Aviles scrambling there. Get into the final 5 minutes before halftime. Bit of an acceleration there. Robles turns back. He's tonight's goal scorer. At least the first goal. Breck Evans has added a second since. Rogers. Destunes. This time he was taken down. Lombardi got caught. It's a free kick. And Rogers striding over to it again. Rogers will stand over this once again. Last set piece turned into a goal. Might this be another one? Rogers, the header comes on, and it's just wide, wrong side of the post. Aviles again was scrambling down to his bottom right. That set piece defending needs a little bit of tightening there from Chattanooga. Another free header. Quick passing again. The sliding challenge will disrupt it for just a moment. Norte. Rogers. Tried the self pass. This is cut out of play.
That's the only ball you're going to get tonight, guys.
bouncing in. Sliding challenge by Ammon. Maybe a bit of frustration there from him. It's been a good first half for Northern Colorado. He's had at least 3 good chances to score. I'm sure he's a little bit frustrated with himself. Maybe he can take some solace that his team is up 2-0. And he also gets a yellow card for his troubles. 2 yellow cards apiece now. Another look at this one. Taking out that left leg of Jose Carrera. Anytime you leave your feet nowadays, you're just asking for it. All the way through, Olsen is there. Really only that one big opportunity for Chattanooga. Shot from Espana and the save from Olsen. That's pretty much the difference thus far. And here's Marky Hernandez. Irvin Parra. Parra scores! Oh no, it went off the post. What an opportunity there for Irvin Parra. Looking at this again, cut it back off the inside of the post, and somehow that didn't go in. The English on that ball keeps it out. False alarm, and it's still 2-0 as we get into 3 minutes of additional time. Here's Rogers. Long cross comes in. Barty there to head it away. Flicked along for Parra. Somehow doesn't have a 7th goal. Parra, his cross. Cleared away. Timmy Mell in there in central defense. Trying to cut this back. Flips it up and onto the roof of the net. 90 seconds to go in this first half. Evans marauding down the left. Robles. And now it's Rogers. Destunes. Parra on the turn. Robles. Trying to play through the lines. Ammon trying to keep it moving. It was just too close to Aviles. When Northern Colorado can get it on the ground and play, they can knock it around with the best of them. They are really putting together a good performance in this first half. 2 goals. First Robles, then Evans. And that is the end of the first 45 minutes. The home crowd applauds, and for good reason. Ayman Zayed's side putting in a great first 45 minutes. And we'll see what the second half brings. Danny Robles, the first goal scorer. And the second one was Breck Evans. They'll head to the locker room, and Northern Colorado will head to the locker room with that 2-0 advantage. Halftime here from Greeley, and the Hailstorm lead by 2-0.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
It's all Colorado Springs tonight.
Already a goal in this one. Crosses.
Oh! Floated back the other way. And what a save!
San Diego. They drew the penalty from long range. Guido fires away. What a shot!
Welcome back to halftime here from Greeley, Colorado. Chattanooga Red Wolves, Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Well, of course, up in the mountains. We're staying in Northern Colorado, but Northern Colorado Hailstorm will have a new home in July. They're moving to Colorado State University, not too far away. As you can see, of course, still just about a mile high and a very beautiful town in the northern part of this lovely state. And Fort Collins is ready to welcome this team, not too far from Windsor, nor too far from where they're at now in Greeley, but this is the stadium they'll be playing at. The beautiful Canvas Stadium opening in 2017, 41,000 capacity stadium, home to Colorado State, of course, in the Mountain West Conference. It is going to be quite the venue. As Ayman Zayed has said, he is excited for what is to come. It's been difficult, but they will look forward to the month of July and their new home. But yesterday, a busy day in USL League One. We start things off Greenville, South Carolina, Greenville Triumph, and North Carolina FC. Alan Gavilanes didn't waste much time in the 9th minute, scoring the opener, going there on the short side and getting it right into the roof of the net over Will Pulisic, and that gave John Harkes' side a great start at home. As the game would continue on, Will Pulisic would be forced into some big saves. That one off the foot of Aaron Walker. And then it got a little bit sloppy for North Carolina FC. It would be another goal for this Greenville Triumph attack. Jacob Labovitz, what a season he is having. He slots this one home. When playing out of the back goes wrong, and it just went wrong again there for North Carolina FC. That was in the 55th minute, and it didn't take long for Greenville to find another. And look at this sequence of play. Labovitz switching the point of attack, put right into the run of Jake Keegan, who's not going to miss from that distance. One of the most clinical finishers in USL League One. He gets a goal to make it 3-0 to the Triumph on the night. And then there would be an uh-oh moment for Greenville Triumph. This was with less than a minute to go. Paul Christensen, and it would be finished off. Nicholas Molina would hammer that home. No clean sheet, but still 3 goals and 3 points for Greenville Triumph on the night as they are victorious at home against their Carolina rival. So they do get the 3 points. John Harkes' side continues to set the pace in USL League One. Then League One late night from the desert. FC Tucson, Richmond Kickers. These two teams know each other all too well. Carlos Marancio, I guess you can call this a save. He spilled it in front, and then luckily the post came to his rescue to push that one away. And then it would be the moment. This ball just bouncing around. Jonathan Bolaños catches it on the half volley and slots it by Carlos Marancio. And that would be a big goal for Richmond. It would be the lone goal on the night to take them to the 3 points, but there still would be a few chances. Tarn Weir would put his laces through this one. He wasn't too far away. Hits basically the elbow of the goal right up there, top of the post. Kira Fitzgerald may have had it covered, but not the night for Tucson, as of course Darren Sawatsky goes to his former stomping grounds and gets a big win. So it's Thursday night action in USL League One. We'll be right back. Greeley, Colorado is the site. Northern Colorado Hailstorm and Chattanooga Red Wolves.
Stop it. Yo, roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
It's all Colorado Springs tonight.
Already a goal in this one. Cross it.
Oh! Floated back the other way. Header, what a save!
San Diego. Drew the penalty from long range. Guido fires away. What a shot!
News and notes from around USL League One. What a week it was last week in the league. 40 combined goals. Charlotte Independence played 2 goals. Oops. News and notes from around USL League One, and what a week it was across the league with 40 combined goals across all games. Charlotte Independence played 2 games that included 8 goals. The first one a 7-1 loss, the next one a 6-2 win, while Juan Galindres, a hat trick, was the league's first of the season. And of course, the USL in the Open Cup quarterfinals. Unfortunately, Omaha bows out, but Sacramento Republic moves on. They'll be hosting Sporting Kansas City at the end of July. And Juan Galindres, of course, He headlines the Team of the Week. Plenty of good performances and quite a few players from both of these teams on the list. As we move it along, the goals leaders, Garrett McLaughlin, he continues to set the pace across the league with 8 goals, and then 3 players come into the night on 6 goals, and Mbuyu Para and Galindrez. As for those doing some of the assisting, Mo Espinosa, who started tonight on the bench, he is just behind Jonathan Bolaños, who of course got that big goal last night for the Richmond Kickers to take the full 3 points. As we look at the scoreboard, we updated you on last night's happenings with Greenville taking down North Carolina and FC Tucson over the Richmond Kickers. But what is to come next in USL League One? Some Friday night football. Union Omaha taking on Charlotte Independence. Last time these two teams faced off, it was Noe Meza opening the scoring in the 65th minute. And then it would be 2 quick goals in the 83rd and then 90+4 for Charlotte to take down Omaha. The first loss of the year for the Owls. That was quite some time ago, all the way back on April 30th. Omaha will see what they can do this time around. The upcoming schedule, of course, a full slate of action tomorrow, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, and next week gets started right here with Northern Colorado hosting Forward Madison. Speaking of Northern Colorado, the second half of Hailstorm and Red Wolves is coming up.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
It's all Colorado Springs tonight.
Already a goal in this one. Cross it.
Oh! Floated back the other way. And what a save!
San Diego. Drew the penalty from long range. Guido fires away. What a shot!
Getting set for the second 45 minutes of action. Let's take a look at those first half highlights as the teams take the field. And the chances started pretty early on. There would be this early opportunity for the Red Wolves. Ortiz dancing on the ball, eventually would find the cutback for Josue España. But his shot saved by Thomas Olsen. Smart save there by the Hailstorm shot stopper. Good strike there from España. But after that, it would really turn. The field really tilted towards Northern Colorado and their attacking goal, and they would find the back of the net here. Danny Robles, after a lovely sequence of play. Quick passing, Robles drags it through and then takes the strike and scores it to make it 1-0. Celebration on, and they would also grab a second in this first half. Rogers to Evans to 2-0. Number 2 makes it 2. His first pro goal, Breck Evans on the score sheet. And we look at the stats. Everything pretty much in favor of Northern Colorado. But Chattanooga can take solace that they are very good in their conversion rate. They don't need too many opportunities. They have the best in the league at 21%. Will they be able to get something going in their favor in this second half? Marky Hernandez trying to beat his former team as the wind is picked up. Maybe a shower could be in the forecast, but this second half is underway. And the wind has blown all of the boards on the far side over. So those hard-working staff members here at Jackson Stadium putting those back up and getting some sandbags or some weights on them. I'm Josh Eastern, glad to be with you. USL League One action on this Thursday evening. Northern Colorado off to a good start, trying to inch a little bit closer to that playoff line that currently sits at 17 points. They are on 13, but the live standings have them at 16. Too far for Rafa Mensingen on the far side. Chattanooga, Jimmy Obleda making no changes coming into play tonight. So we'll see when Jimmy Obleda may want to dip into his bench. Travel, altitude, just a bit of a shorter week. A lot for Obleda to think about. Chattanooga hasn't necessarily been the best team, trailing at halftime, just one win out of 4. Para lofts it forward, hanging up there in the wind. That is going to be a major factor, and this will be a set piece. Looks like the wind is coming, or is at the back of Chattanooga as they attack the goal to the camera position right. So Northern Colorado going into the wind now as they put this in play quickly. Robles, this is just bouncing around and finally is out of play. It was hanging up in that wind. There is no doubt the wind is going to play a factor in this second half. It was almost pristine conditions in the first half. Doesn't look like it'll be the same here in half number 2. Rolling out of play. It'll be a throw-in. The battle forward was Benton. He was taken off the ball. Robles touched out of play. It's a throw-in here for Northern Colorado. He took too much space, though. Back up a couple yards and continue on. Shout out to all those staff members on the far side, getting those boards back, putting the weights down. Hard work in these conditions. Not as much length on that punt there by Olsen. It was Ammon who was pulled down. Chattanooga's gone another first half without a goal. 9 of their 14 games so far. No team has failed to do so more often in the league than them. So they've saved a lot of their goal scoring, I guess, for the second half, which might bode well for them. to break the lines, Des Dunes. He went down. Referee says play on. This runs out of play. There seems like something a little bit off tonight with Chattanooga. A little frustration. Rogers. Here's Norte. Hernandez all the way back. Cornwall. And Aviles gets it away. This will bounce all the way through. And there's Thomas Olson. Lofted forward and out of play. As we mentioned coming in, both these teams looking for a little bit of consistency. And after both teams got big wins in the midweek last week, they both followed them up with losses over the weekend. And for Northern Colorado, trying to win their second game in the last 3. As for Chattanooga, they are hoping to avoid defeat for a second straight time. And it's been a topsy-turvy past couple of weeks. The 3 straight losses, then 2 straight wins, then the loss over the weekend. Trying to avoid a second consecutive loss here tonight. It was interesting talking with Eamon Zaid. He called this one of the craziest leagues in the world, but he said, of course, he just wants his team to focus on themselves. And there's so many players without League One experience, and I asked him, is it helpful that you at least have been in this league before? And he says it's helpful, but he said you need to be in those positions as a head coach or as a player and be in those moments to really understand what this league is about. And there's not much time for players on the ball. A highly transitional game as we have seen so far today. And it's Irvin Parra who's down. Here's Rogers. Cornwall. Robles for Des Dunes, and it does look like Chattanooga ready to make a couple of subs. Des Dunes trying to get it right back. A little deflection took it out of his path. Hernandez trying to put more pressure on. Pulled out of the challenge. Now it's Ray Ortiz. Ortiz gets by and just lofts this airborne run all the way through for Olson. Rogers. Hernandez gets it out wide and now trying to get the return. Marky Hernandez batted away by Aviles. Probably could have gone for it himself, was trying to be unselfish and find Des Dunes. He ends up in the back of the net. The ball ends up out of play, and a hug for his efforts. Good build-up again, and a good ball slipped in behind. And a couple of subs now coming for Chattanooga. Nico Cardona, Jorge Paez coming on, replacing Josue Espana and Devin Benton, both of them on yellow cards. Jimmy Obleda. Smart to get them off the field. Another former Hartford Athletic product in Nico Cardona, former teammates. Former teammates there with Arthur Rogers. Corner kick lofted in. Falla, glancing header, will spin out of play. Confirmation of that second sub with Paez coming on, replacing Josue España. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second USL League One action on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Trying to slide this in behind, and run all the way out. Will be another sub coming. Will also be for Chattanooga. That is the end of the night for Aaron Lombardi. Will be Ernesto Mo Espinosa coming on.
Aaron Lombardi.
5 assists for Espinosa, as we showed you at halftime. Jimmy Obleda with a lot of good things to say about his number 99. He's still relatively young. He thinks he can do so much more, and it's just about kind of digging in and trying to get better, whether that be on the training field and in games as well. He says he can really take it to another level. We'll see what he can provide. 7 goal contributions this year. 2 goals, 5 assists. That is most on the team. Destunes cuts it in. Ortiz, Galindrez, haven't called his name a whole lot, Villalobos, and there's Paez just onto the field. Moving this into the corner. There is Espinosa. Cross comes in. Glancing header will take it away. Quickly put back in play. Cornwall, it was cut off. Trying to get this out wide. Is there something in the cards tonight for Chattanooga? Going down, it's a free kick. Ray Ortiz, he's been the man to really push the envelope tonight for the Red Wolves. Even though they have scored the most goals in the league, you don't have to look very far from when they were last held off the score sheet. They were outscored 5-0 over 3 games during that 3-game losing skid. They also got shut out against Greenville earlier this year on the road. They've been very good in these second halves, as we've mentioned. Espinosa and Ortiz standing around this. This is Ortiz. And nothing really doing there. Flying out of play. Bouncing through. Here's Mintzingen. Rafa Mintzingen. And he was fouled. The referee will pull this back. Tried to play advantage. And they try to take this quick. The referee allows it. Ortiz, it's tapped in. Was he offside? He was not. This goal will count. Juan Galindrez pulls one back. A very quick taken free kick. The referee was okay with it. Ortiz centered it for Galindrez, and Galindrez, his 7th goal on the season, makes it 2-1. Well, they need more of that. Espinosa will get the hockey assist. Ortiz had it batted down. He may not get the assist because of that. Chattanooga won't mind, though. They'll take the goal. It's 2-1 and a half hour to play. Now moves into 2nd place alone, does the Colombian. In USL League One goal scoring behind Garrett McLaughlin. So it's all of a sudden game on here in Greeley. They just need a little something to go their way, and maybe those substitutes have done just that for Chattanooga.
Go, Hailstorm, get it back!
Stoppage here, and a yellow card given to Sebastian Kapazuki. So Jimmy Obleda did well to get his 2 players with yellow cards off, and now Kapazuki, who's still, of course, on, picks one up. Bouncing down, and here comes Chattanooga. Irvin Parra, he has to be careful on that yellow card as well. May not have agreed with that foul in the first half, but he still did pick it up. Villalobos does well to retrieve. Now it's Carrera. Chattanooga has to feel a little bit of confidence now, as this hangs up in the wind and rolls all the way out of play. Let's go back to that yellow card picked up by Kapazuki. This kind of barrels over Ammon, but it was for unsporting behavior, so it must have been something after. Ammon got back to his feet very quickly. And now a chance here around the goalkeeper, and this is out of play. Big opportunity for Chattanooga once again. Crowd trying to urge this side on, but Chattanooga right now has all of the momentum. Espinosa waiting to put this back in play. Espinosa curls it in towards goal and punched away. Thomas Olsen. Jimmy Obleda can really sense things now. Starting to heat up for his side. He wants to put this ball back in play quick. Carrera. Hernandez is fouled. Carrera, the captain for this Chattanooga side. And Hernandez still down in front of his former manager. Hernandez trying to get back to his feet, being checked on by Juan Galindrez, who has now scored in his last 4 games in USL League One. 6 goals in total over that stretch. Of course, included the hat trick. Still continues to set the pace for this Chattanooga Red Wolves attack. A substitute.
Substitution on the pitch for the Hailstorm.
It'll be Des Dunes coming off. It'll be Lachlan McLean coming on for the Hailstorm. Of course, the former Greenville Triumph product scored last week. The big win over Fuego. So McLean is on now to partner with them, and of course they combined for a goal last week against Fuego. Let's see if they can strike again. First sub of the night for this Hailstorm side. Headed along, Ammon won't get there first. It's Kapazuki, but this is kept in play. McLean, the cross, just headed clear by Timmy Mel. And now Espinosa. And a break on here, Paez. Galindrez. Parra trying to weave through, he was pulled down. 2 potent goal scorers going at it right at midfield. Another cross comes in. Ammon, McLean. Ammon was there, was just headed away. The referee says play on. As a Chattanooga player went down, and Breck Evans gets there first and just sweeps this out of play. There's still a player down in the technical area though for in the box for Chattanooga. And that looks to be Timmy Mel. Looks to be a clash of heads. He went up with Ammon for that ball. Well, Mel is okay. He's back on loan, his second stint on loan with Chattanooga. On loan from the Tampa Bay Rowdies after a breakout season for Mel last year with Loudoun United. Another look at it here. Yeah. Ammon was up for it along with Mel. Now still getting checked out here. There's only one window left for Chattanooga, but remember, if he's not able to continue on, concussion subs are available. Mel back on his feet. Hopefully he is okay to continue on. Indiana University product. be a drop ball to put this back in play. 20 minutes to go. And all of a sudden we have a game after Chattanooga about 10 minutes ago. Able to grab a goal to cut the deficit in half. Mel has come back onto the field. There he is on the ball. Weaving his way through is Ray Ortiz. Long switch of play. Did take a deflection off of Breck Evans on the way out. Espinosa readying for this corner kick. Espinosa, the in-swinger, is caught by Olsen. This would be a massive 3 points for Northern Colorado. And vault them right back into that big group of teams. They'd still be 1 point behind them, but they have a few games in hand. It'll still be Omaha, who's only played 10 games this year. Of course, we'll catch up to them at some point. Everybody pretty much within striking distance still at this early stage of the season. Similar to last year where we were about halfway through and everybody had the same amount of points. Outside of maybe one at the top and a few at the bottom. We get that again here. Minsingen sends the cross away. Ortiz was waiting for the header and he picks it up. Ortiz with the cross, Galindrez. Swing and a miss on the clearance. Carrera out of play. Brings so much experience. Second year with this club. A couple of years with Celaya in Mexico. Also was with Las Vegas Lights in 2020. Espinosa has really changed the game since coming on. Being used as a super sub in a way for Jimmy Obleda. Really thinks he's just scratching the surface of his potential. And a yellow card will be issued to somebody, it looks like, on the bench. One of the assistant coaches. There's Ammon. Olsen got rid of it. McLean with the header. It's bouncing out of play. Long run for Cornwall, but he'll get there. 15 minutes to go now. Northern Colorado just trying to hold on right now. The field has really been tilted in both halves to the goal, to the camera position right. And that's the goal Chattanooga is attacking in this second half. Player down is game's first goal scorer, Danny Robles. Robles walking off. We're ready to put this back in play. We're getting into the final stages here. Mel striding forward, his head up all the way, rolling this forward. Galindrez! And the flag is up for offside. So close there. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL strives to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. As Olsen gets this back in play, Para heads it forward. Olsen well off his line. He had to get it right, and he did. Heads it out of play. Chattanooga trying to go quick. Crowd trying to get into this as well. As Hernandez gets it away. Galindrez keeps it alive. Paez got his body in the way. Actually may have been on target, but Olsen was there and ready. Don't forget, coming in fall of 2023, USL Super League. So exciting as that league starts to get its feet underneath it. It'll start next year. And of course, you can find out more details at uslsoccer.com. Space to work in the middle, trying to slide it right through the middle, and just too much on it. Trying to connect here with Marky Hernandez. The expected goals well in favor of Chattanooga, but the actual goals in favor of Northern Colorado. As the home side tries to hold on here. Gave away those thunder sticks. That's what you hear in the background. I think a few of them have made their way onto the field in this wind. A whistle from the referee as Rogers plays this. Paez, the near side, Mensingen, good positive first touch. As Espinosa in support. Had to hold his run, still Mensingen. Now he clips it up to the back post. McLean got a touch on it. Ortiz wants to keep that in play, but that did go out of play. There will be a substitution coming with 10 minutes to go.
Substitution on the pitch for the Hailstorm.
It will be Ethan Vanacore-Decker. He will be coming on to replace Trevor Ammon. A pretty solid night for Ammon. I just couldn't connect on his chances, and it's Vanacore-Decker will now come on to replace him. Of course, last time we saw him in the league in a prior year was with Union Omaha. Before that, with Swope Park Rangers. Para tries to play this down the line. It's a long run, and it's swept up there in the end by Nico Cardona, Puerto Rican international. All the way back down. And there's Olsen, and he'll take his time here. Flicked along, chance for Lachlan McLean. It was just swept up in time. Kapazuki was there for Chattanooga. Seems like these teams just trading long balls at the moment. Trying to play through the middle has become a difficult task. Just floating in the wind, picked up by Menzingen. Menzingen motoring forward, keeping his footing, looking for Carrera, who left his feet. This is picked up by Olsen. If you can't watch the match, you're on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. It's all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app. Vanacore-Decker. Space for Marky Hernandez, who's closed down by Cardona, who goes to ground. A great tackle. Hernandez trying to get it back. Good battle between those two, and eventually he's pulled down. A little frustration there from Hernandez, but well done defensively. Menzingen. Espinosa turns Evans around, sends the cross away. Cornwall to head it clear. Robles moves it away. And Para can carry it out. His outlet ball is off the mark. Cardona joins the attack. And taken off the ball by Vanacore-Decker. McLean is out of play. Ayman Zayed went as far to say this is a bit of a benchmark game for his team. Wants to show the league that they're a little bit better and more mature than the last time these two teams met up at the beginning of May. So far so good, but can they see this out? There's Walefi, who's been with this club since the beginning. It's the final sub of the night for Chattanooga. They've used all 3 of their windows.
Replacing number 6, Jimmy Villalobos.
It's Jimmy Villalobos who is coming off. Evans had to touch that out wide and now gets it clear. Looks like Northern Colorado will be defending quite a bit from here to the end. They already have been in this second half quite a bit. Look at the possession numbers, 63% of it in the first half went to Northern Colorado. In this second half, 52% of it has gone to Chattanooga. As Marky Hernandez is down. As again, his former teammate Walefi helping him out.
Substitution on the pitch for the Hailstorm. Entering the
And another sub. It'll be the local player, Mr. Norman, coming on. And Marky Hernandez will have his night end against his former club. He'll have one more chance to face them later on this year. Jimmy Obleda hoping he can get something out of this game tonight. Maybe steal a point here on the road. These two teams will meet up again just a few weeks on July 23rd in Chattanooga. Long ball over the top once again. Here's McLean. Somehow he would get out of that corner. Walefi. It's a goal kick. The urgency has to be there now from Chattanooga with 2 minutes plus stoppage time. Might get a decent amount of it. It's just fired downfield. It's up in that wind and nothing that they can do. Olsen is content to take a few more ticks off the clock. Galindra is trying to hurry up the process.
Thanks, ball boy!
Vanacore Decker pushing defenders away. And here's Norman just onto the field. Recently signed his first pro contract out of Denver. He played his college soccer. Pioneers have been a very good side in the Summit League, where he was named to the second team in 2021. Rafa Menzingen. Pereira barreled over. It's a free kick. Irvin Parra slow getting back to his feet rather. It's a yellow card, it looks like, to Ray Ortiz. That's something the referee didn't like there. And it's Ortiz into the book now as well. It's 7 minutes added on. Nowhere near the end of this one. Espinosa curls this in, and right at Olsen. We saw that quick restart lead to a goal for Chattanooga tonight. Ortiz wanted to do that again, and referee didn't let him. Is there something now for Northern Colorado to put this game out of reach? Not in this instance. Trying to go quick here. It's Mel. Bouncing it through. Galindrez, he can't keep it in play. A look at what is to come this week in USL League One. Of course, we mentioned at halftime the game tomorrow. Union Omaha will host Charlotte. A couple of games over the weekend as well with Richmond and North Carolina. Fuego will host Tormenta, an early and a late start there on Saturday night. And then Northern Colorado will take on Madison to start next week's slate. Also, Tucson will host Greenville on Sunday. Another one trickling past that end line. It's been a good response from Chattanooga, you have to say, in this second half. They were beaten pretty good in that first 45 minutes. You have to say, maybe, though, Chattanooga a little bit better in this half. Olsen telling everybody to go forward, and he'll send it that way. Decker just tosses that ball away. There's somebody else to chase after. Mel will have to play it. Jimmy Obleda not happy with something here. Para, he was fouled. More precious seconds tick away, halfway through the minimum of 7. Zayed hoping his side can see this one out. Lofting it forward again. Cleared as far as Norte for Northern Colorado. McLean slips this through. Robles! Centering feed was off the mark. And this will roll all the way into the corner. Robles to throw into Chattanooga. Robles may have thought he was fouled. Physical end to this one. And the referee will blow that dead. Must have been for a foul. Chattanooga surely had the advantage. And it looks like the 4th official over the technical area of Northern Colorado, talking with now Samantha Martinez, the head referee, and Eamon Zayed for a 2nd straight game has picked up a yellow card. Head coach and an assistant, both in the referee's book for Northern Colorado. 90 seconds to go. Here's Irvin Parra. Can he put this away? Sliding challenge. Timmy Mal got it clean. Measured that to perfection. Mensingen. This might be the last big chance of this game. Cross comes in. Falla heads it away. Norty now. Puts it well out of play. Chattanooga trying to put this back in play as quick as possible. Is there an option available? Here come the Red Wolves again. It's cleared out of play. Espinosa now. 40 seconds left. Carrera back for Espinosa, being hounded by Parra. And Parra does well to win it back. 30 seconds. As Rogers gets it away. Cross comes back centrally. Breck Evans, whose goal right now standing up as the winner. Paez. Menzingen. Robles. And this might do it. Norman carries it away. He might just go right for the corner. There can't be much time left. All eyes on the referee now. And waiting for that whistle. Vanacore Decker, why not have a hit? This well out of play into the concourse. Aviles, 30 seconds past the minimum of 7. Olsen, calm on the ball. Jimmy Obleda waving players forward. Menzingen. And there is the final whistle. Northern Colorado Hailstorm, hold on. They are back on the winning track. And it's now 2 straight losses for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. They will finish their tenure here at Jackson Stadium unbeaten, and they remain the lone unbeaten team at home across USL League One. Really solid performance as Eamon Zayed shakes the hands of his former club. And a really solid performance tonight by Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Both those goals coming in the first half. And Breck Evans, his first pro goal is the game-winning goal. Chattanooga had the lion's share of possession and the chances in the second half, but it wasn't enough as the Hailstorm collect the full 3 points tonight. We'll come back and wrap things up here from Greeley, Colorado. It finishes Northern Colorado 2, Chattanooga 1.
It's all Colorado Springs tonight.
Already a goal in this one. Cross it.
Oh! Floated back the other way.
drew the penalty from long range. Guido fires away! What a shot!
Back here, some of the young ones getting a chance on the field post-game, and it's a celebratory mood for Northern Colorado tonight. Breck Evans with loved ones. And it's time to take a look back at these 90 minutes with our full-time highlights. Northern Colorado, Chattanooga meeting for the second time this season. And just take a look at this goal. Quick passing, tiki-taka. And it's Northern Colorado to get that first goal of the game through Danny Robles, his second goal on the season for Northern Colorado. Then on the set piece, Breck Evans all the way at the end line, scores from a tough angle, beats his former teammate in goal, and collects his first career goal, as that was standing up as the game winner. Irvin Parra thought he was going to get on the goal scoring as well. Somehow this did not go in. Off the inside of the post, and it stays out. The English on that keeps it on the bad side of the line. If you're a Northern Colorado fan, Chattanooga fans, breathe a sigh of relief. And how about on the quick restart? Espinosa, Ortiz, Galindrez. Was that little deflection off of Cornwall? And that goal stood as Galindrez was able to tap that home. A look at the full-time stats. The first half was all Hailstorm. The second half, more Red Wolf, but not enough in the end for Chattanooga, as they have dropped a second straight game. They have now lost 5 of their last 7 games. It's been a tough stretch for them. Looking at the standings, Northern Colorado only moves a spot up to 9th, but they are now 1 point off the playoff line and 1 point off of 3rd place, which is currently where Chattanooga sits on 17 points. It's Greenville and Richmond so far, the class of the league, and Chattanooga's now played the most games in the league. They won't play this weekend, but Northern Colorado will play again on Tuesday. The next game up, Union Omaha and Charlotte Independence. 2 games Saturday and 1 on Sunday for your holiday weekend. Well, it was a fun one tonight. Some Thursday night football across USL League One. It was physical. It had some fun goals. But in the end, it was Northern Colorado to come away as winners. For our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. It finishes Northern Colorado 2, Chattanooga 1. Good night from Greeley, Colorado.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.